exclusive insight into the world of Badger athletics. This is Wisconsin Huddle. Here's Andrew Banstra.
Welcome into Jay's Bar here in Madison. I'm Andrew Banstra with WISC TV, and this is the Wisconsin Huddle. Thrilled to be joined by this week's host, Mylee Chan from Wisconsin Volleyball. Mylee, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to believe we could have this window open this time of year in October, but I guess that's just kind of how Wisconsin is.
I know. It's new for me, but I'm loving it.
Absolutely. And that was a very small nugget of information you learned about her. Our goal, as always on the Wisconsin Huddle, is that by the end of this show, you'll know everything there is to know about Mylee, one of the up-and-coming stars on Wisconsin Volleyball. And as you know, we like to start with a game we like to call Bump, Set, Lie, or Two Truths and a Lie. The catch, or the twist, is that Mylee is going to pretend like all three things are true, and the test for you in the audience and you at home is to see which one is the lie. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, sounds great.
Sweet. So the first one is that you lived in Germany for a pretty significant amount of years when you were a kid.
Yeah. I moved to Germany when I was 6 years old. My dad got a job with Adidas, actually, and he was previously a Nike guy, so that was a really hard switch for my sister and I. It's like Nike's like a cult.
Yeah.
So we moved to Germany when I was 6 years old, and went from kindergarten all the way through to sixth grade.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you still wear? You're wearing Adidas right now, so
I wear Adidas. Yep, and they threw us in local German school, so still can use my German, and I'm in a really cool German class right now. Where they teach in German, so it's coming in handy.
Absolutely, and I'm sure it'll come in handy. I always wished I would have learned another language. Our next one is that you don't eat any cheese whatsoever, right?
No. So I am half Asian, I'm Chinese, and we are infamous for being lactose intolerant. So absolutely no cheese, which I know is sad being in Wisconsin, but yeah, that's a hard no for me.
We'll see if that's true or not. The third one is that you like making social media content such as TikToks, and it seems like a lot of people on the volleyball team enjoy that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a little bit of it, but not the dances or anything like that.
No way, you make TikToks?
Well, just like the content that we make on the show and things like that I'll post, but certainly not me dancing or anything like that. But do you make TikToks?
Yeah, I enjoy making TikToks. Some of the dances, I wouldn't say I'm a dancer, but
sure.
Being with such a fun team and like we're all very lively, I've gotten into some of the dances too.
Well,
we'll get you into it.
Fair enough. We'll see if I can get there. The real question now is which one of those was the lie? And we will turn to our live audience. What do you think out of those three? Which one was the lie?
Cheese, you guys. Good job.
Have you had cheese curds?
Yes.
Okay.
Cheese curds, great. Ice cream here is so good.
So good. Did you have cheese curds before you moved here, or were you introduced to them in Wisconsin?
I think the first time I had them was when I came here.
You mentioned you're not a good dancer, but you're certainly a good gymnast, and that's why you were in Germany, or at least what you were doing in Germany was partially training. Is that right?
Yeah. I had been in gymnastics since I was like 3 or 4. I was in those tiny toddler classes, and I was competitive up until I was about a freshman in college. When I switched, I was doing gymnastics, tennis, track, and volleyball at the same time up until then.
So at what point did you decide that volleyball was the path that you would prefer to go?
Around then, my sophomore year, my gymnastics coach said I couldn't keep doing multiple sports because it was such a time commitment. My mom played volleyball in college, and she just raves about it, so I wanted to try that out seriously. So that sophomore year, I really dove into volleyball head first.
And we're just starting to dive into who Mylee is as a person, and she mentioned her parents. We'll get to talk about her family's athletic history too when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back inside Jay's Bar here in Madison. I'm Andrew Banstra alongside my co-host Mylee Chan from Wisconsin Volleyball. And we talked about why you switched from gymnastics to volleyball, but why Wisconsin? You're from Oregon and you lived in Germany. How'd you end up in Wisconsin and more importantly, as a Badger?
So I went on a few visits, and every school kind of has its own culture and culture and vibe to it. And visiting Wisconsin when I was 16, I could just tell that everyone here loved the grind, and they're a blue collar.
Sure.
How I'd say, like they work hard, they want to come in and train, they want to like get dirty. So I loved that about Wisconsin and Kelly. Like he wants to recruit people who love the game and nothing else.
A fun fact that I found out, and I would assume you knew this, that you're the first Badger volleyball player from Oregon. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What does that mean to you?
It's awesome. I think it's an honor, being that Oregon volleyball hasn't historically been very, very good.
Sure.
So whenever we would play volleyball, it would always be like we're representing Oregon, because we would travel to the Midwest to play good volleyball. So
sure.
Just being able to open up more doors for Oregon, hopefully that can inspire other people to come and play in better.
You mentioned that both of your parents played volleyball at Baylor. That's really cool. And were they maybe pushing you from a young age to follow their footsteps? And how did that work out?
I really was interested in doing everything.
Yeah.
Like I did pole vault, I did gymnastics, tennis. So they really let me explore everything, and I think they just trusted I found my way back to volleyball. Like that's how my parents met. My dad was a ball boy at my mom's college game.
No way.
So I'm really here because of volleyball.
We'll now play a game we like to call Badger Blind Rank. So I'm going to give you 5 different things. I'll give you each of the 5 without knowing what's going to come next, and we'll see where you would rank those. So we will start with I don't know how high this is going to be on the list, a 6 a.m. workout. Are you a big early morning workout person?
Ooh, I like later workouts,
Me
typically.
too.
I think I do better when it's later. So I would put that at a 4.
How about a bratwurst in Germany?
Oh my gosh. That's a 2.
Okay.
Especially since it's Oktoberfest right now.
Sure.
I'm missing Germany, what I would do to have a bratwurst in Germany right now.
Have you ever hiked at Forest Park in Portland? Where would you put that on your list?
That's a solid 3. It's
Okay.
beautiful. I lived in the forest, right on the Willamette.
Oh, wow, okay.
In Oregon, so a ton of just beautiful hiking opportunities.
Movie night with your teammates.
1.
One?
Easy.
Yeah?
I am a sucker for movies.
Okay.
I have a whole notes app ranking every single movie I've watched.
Wow. So you have that at 1. At 5, we have cheese curds down at the terrace.
I guess that's 5.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm lactose intolerant. No.
Fair enough.
But love the terrace. Cheese curds. Sorry, you're at 5.
It's a pretty solid ranking.
That's perfect.
Perfect. Well, sounds good. That was a perfect second segment here on the Wisconsin Huddle, and we'll hope for another one in the third when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back inside Jay's Bar in Madison. I'm Andrew Banstra alongside our co-host Mylee Chan from Wisconsin Volleyball. And talking about volleyball, Wisconsin rarely loses, like basically never. We know that they're one of the best teams in the country every year, but something that has always stood out to me is that your head coach Kelly Sheffield always says that the losses are almost more helpful than the wins. And last week you suffered one of those rare losses. He says that you can learn so much more from the losses. And you were telling me before we started this show that you guys did a whole lot of learning, right?
Right after the game, the day after, we had traveled to Maryland and had a very long, we have film, break it down, we talk, we reflect. So there's a lot we learned from that, and we were lucky to get that chance so quick after. But it'll definitely be part of our practice plan for the weeks to come.
I would think, you'd always want to win, but like, how do you learn from a loss?
When an opponent beats you, it's because they find your weaknesses and they expose it. So our job now is to cover those up and get better. It's always about like how we do towards the end of the season. So it's just working towards December.
So we talked about how you can learn from losses, and we mentioned how Kelly Sheffield says that that's a thing. Here's him saying that.
A lot of things to learn from. That's what Saturday, the day between our two matches, was about, kind of diving into the film and learning from that and moving forward. I thought we did an excellent job with that.
And like we said, that rarely happens to Wisconsin, and we don't expect it to in these 4 games that we're going to talk about, which I would imagine are kind of special to you. Being from Oregon, being from the West Coast, you host UCLA, you host USC, and then you go to Washington and Oregon. How cool is that you get, into the Big Ten at the same time as all of these schools also do?
I'm so excited to go home. I'm already planning to see all my friends. They're coming to the game in Oregon, and I have family, my aunts and uncles all live in Washington. So
that's amazing.
Those will be like close to the heart games, and I'm just excited to get Dutch Bros. I don't know if you've had.
I have no clue what it is. What is it?
It's a drink place.
Okay.
And they have Rebels, which are like blended energy drinks.
Okay.
It sounds kind of weird.
It does sound a little weird, but
you trust me, like Oregon and Washington, like
Dutch Bros.
That's my first stop.
Now let's play a game we like to call Badger Would You Rather. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios and tell me which one you would prefer. We mentioned that you're going to play against Oregon, you're going to play against Washington. If you had to adopt one of their mascots, so we'll say a duck or a husky, as your team pet to always have with you, would you rather have a duck or a husky?
A husky, 100%.
Okay.
I had a husky growing up.
Okay.
Her name was Denali, and she was my favorite thing ever.
Beach volleyball or regular volleyball on a court?
Regular volleyball.
Okay.
We're here playing indoor volleyball.
Sure.
So I love indoor because you have 6 people by your side working, and I don't really like sun and wind affecting me. Yeah.
How much harder have you played a lot of beach volleyball?
Yeah.
How much harder?
It's not fun. It's a lot of cardio and running, and you think you can jump in sand, but you can't.
Would you rather go pro or become a coach if you had to pick one of the two?
Go pro.
Okay.
I think coaching is an insanely hard job. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
So I'll wish them the best from afar, but I would love to go pro.
We will probably see that happen one day. She is one of the up-and-coming stars on Wisconsin Volleyball, and we'll talk more about that and more about her teammates when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back into Jay's Bar here in Madison. This is the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra here with Mylee Chan from Wisconsin Volleyball, and we're going to get into everybody's favorite portion of the show, which is Badger Banter. And this week's question is, if you could have one celebrity, person, or anything courtside for a Wisconsin volleyball game, who would it be and why?
Yes, we were kind of talking about this, but I really like the idea of having my own Spike Lee. Like
okay.
When someone comes in and like banters with you on the court and like just gets you really fired up.
Like talk smack to you?
Talk smack, is yelling at me from the side and makes me play better. So maybe I have a high school coach that I played against, and she would always talk about me, and I loved playing her.
Because it's God, they fired you up, basically?
Yeah,
okay.
It brings out.
So it would be that high school coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't say her name.
No, I don't blame you. Fair enough. Well, none of your teammates went that alley, but honestly, I think it's probably the most creative alley, because if it's somebody that you really, really admire, you might just get nervous. So let's hear what they had to say.
Probably LeBron.
Fair enough.
I'm a Lakers fan, so grew up watching him, and yeah.
Robert Pattinson, because Twilight Forever, I love Twilight, and Renee Rapp because she's my girlfriend's favorite artist.
I'm gonna say Simone Biles. I feel like it would be really cool to see her just like watching our game and just like how awesome she is, all the records she's broke. It'd be pretty cool to see her just like courtside, be like, oh my gosh, Simone Biles is at our game.
Those those were certainly all fantastic answers. I would say none of them the correct route, which honestly I think was Mylee's, going with an enemy of yours. And we're not going to talk any more about enemies. We're going to talk about all fun things in the fifth set when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back into Jay's Bar. This is the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra, thrilled to be joined by Mylee Chan from Wisconsin Volleyball. And because you play volleyball, we call this the fifth set. So it's the fifth segment, it's the fifth set, it's where all the rubber meets the road. And we ask you the hardest questions, such as, what's better, an Oregon beach or the Madison Lakes that we have here? Or any Wisconsin lake for that matter.
I'm going to go with the Wisconsin Lakes.
Okay, why? I wasn't expecting you to say
Really?
that. No,
The Oregon beaches are really freezing,
Oh,
so
really?
I've never been like fully immersed inside of them.
Interesting.
So, in terms of like bodies of water, but the Oregon beach has like really fun. We have Seaside where we have beach volleyball tournaments every year.
that's cool.
And just like a cute little town.
Yeah.
Diners. So, but Wisconsin Lakes, we have the terrace.
Sure.
Come on, paddleboarding.
You've traveled a lot in terms of, you lived in Oregon, you lived in Germany, now you live in Wisconsin. So if you either had to, take that all the way or completely cut it out of your life in the sense that you could or had to live internationally somewhere for 10 years in a row, like starting tomorrow, or never leave the state of Wisconsin ever again, which one would you choose?
International, 100%.
Okay. Where would you want to go?
Italy,
Italy? Cool.
Greece. Living in Germany, it's so easy to travel anywhere in
Sure.
Europe. So I could see myself living anywhere over there. And I definitely want to be in a profession where I can be able to travel. So I don't think I could stay in one place.
Fair enough.
My whole life.
What would your ideal profession be?
I want to start a sustainable clothing brand.
Oh,
for
wow.
people in
Very
need.
cool.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So I have always been really into clothing
Okay.
and community service aspects. And on my most recent mission trip to Thailand, I
Wow.
was able to host a clothing drive and bring volleyball clothes and just normal clothes to orphans and kids in need.
That's amazing.
It was amazing, and it was so cool to be able to see my passion for fashion and community service, and honestly volleyball too, come together and affect people in such a positive light. So I want to continue that.
That is remarkable, and honestly, I'm not quite sure how to ask you such a simple and seemingly meaningless question after that, but I still do have one more question to ask. Would you rather have marionberries, which you tell me is pretty popular in Oregon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
a fish fry, which of course is popular in Wisconsin?
So I've never had a fish fry.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm gonna go with marionberries.
And what is a marionberry?
It's a purplish berry.
Okay.
It tastes good.
It's like a
They put
blueberry,
it-
kinda?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And you can put it in shakes or there's pies. So whenever, especially up in Mount Hood, there's all these cute little diners.
Okay.
And marionberry pie is the biggest thing. So one of those would definitely be nostalgic for me.
You may have to swing by one of those, honestly, when you guys get on your road trip here to Washington and
Yes.
Oregon. But first, later tonight, the Badgers are playing against UCLA, and that game against USC is right around the corner. We wish you the best of luck in those games, and thank you so much for spending a night here at Jay's Bar on the Wisconsin Huddle.
Thank you.
Now, we always close out by however you break your huddle with your Badger teammates, we break it out to end the show. How do you guys break your huddle?
Okay, so we put our hands together
Sure,
like that, and we all make sure we connect.
Sure.
And then we say Badgers on 3,
sure.
and then 1, 2, 3, Badgers.
Okay, there it is. We've broken the huddle. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week on the Wisconsin Huddle.
Smith. Oh, bye.